A great scouting program builds character, makes memories, and gives young people the opportunity of a lifetime. But a great scouting program doesn't just happen. It takes planning, and it also takes money.
What's hard to manage and what's important to manage is the process itself and making sure that the enthusiasm doesn't build into something that then gets sloppy and misses the mark. So what we need to do, the real effort, is to make sure that people execute the plan as it's devised. It works this way, and it works if you follow every single step.
As a unit leader, you're responsible for initiating these plans and putting the fundraising efforts into motion. During this video, we're going to show you some of the tools that are available to help you with this process. We'll also discuss the do's and don'ts of fundraising and show you a great way to make your unit budget and raise funds for your council at the same time. Let's start where you should start, with a plan. The best time to create your program plan is in late spring or early summer, so you can go into your scouting year prepared. Scouting Magazine has a calendar that helps you lay out each month's activities. Boys Life and Venturing also have similar resources to make the process easier. Your annual planning meeting should include parents and members of the chartered organization, as well as input from your scouts. Cub Scouting follows the monthly themes and activities outlined in your leader manual, while a Boy Scout unit's activities should focus on a variety of activities that are both fun and meet the goals of the troop, like good turn projects or camping. Venturing units start planning activities by giving each venturing scout an interest survey. And then the unit's youth leaders, with adult guidance, actually create the calendar of activities. After you've mapped out your proposed activity calendar, the next step is determining a budget to fund your current year's programs.
If there's a clear communication of what's going to happen, then we know how much we need to budget for, and the boys know how much they need to help participate in this, as well as the parents.
It all comes back to them being able to get just an excellent benefit from learning to do something different, or being able to stay in scouting because we have the money to provide things for them to do.
Your local council has an easy-to-use budget worksheet to make sure you cover all the bases. Then, all you have to do is go out and raise the money any way you want to, right? Wrong. Just like our founders laid out the way the scouting program was run so many years ago, they also laid out the ways that scouting should be funded. Here, take a look. A successful scouting program relies on three entities: the National Council, the councils, and the individual units like yours. The national organization is funded through registration fees, Boys Life magazine, national programs like Philmont, jamborees, and the supply group. The councils get their funds through contributions from any person or business in its territory, and from specific programs within the units. More on this later. The units are allowed to raise money through projects and sales. When you think about it, this makes a lot of sense and prevents different parts of the organization from competing with the same groups for funding. There's also a very specific process for creating your unit's fundraising program, and policies designed to protect both your unit and the good reputation of scouting. Every unit should have a unit committee who handles its funds. This committee's goal is raising money to fund current year's programs. No more, no less. The only exception to this rule is if you know that your scouts will be participating in a major project like Philmont or the Jamboree in the future, and need to start generating funds for those trips right now.
One of the principles of scouting is for a scout to earn his own way. If he has in his mind's eye that he really wants to go to a particular event, and he knows in advance what he has to do, how much money he has to make, how much he needs to budget.
Before beginning any fundraising activity, your unit committee and your chartered organization have to approve that activity. You also have to submit a form called a Unit Money Earning Application to your local council for approval, at least 3 weeks before the activity is scheduled. This form makes sure that you're complying with all the rules and not conflicting with the activities of other units or local merchants in the area. When it comes to unit fundraising, there are some definite do's and don'ts. First off, you can't raise funds through any form of gambling, including raffles, bingo, or sweepstakes of any type. Multi-level marketing or pyramid sales are also not allowed. You can't go to local businesses to solicit funds or send scouts door to door asking for money. And you can't sign contracts on behalf of the Boy Scouts of America or align the scouts with any specific business or commercial product or allow the Boy Scout logo to be placed on any package. A complete list of policies is available in your leader guide. So, what can a unit do to raise funds? Well, service projects like car washes, recyclable product collections, bake sales, pancake breakfasts, or selling tickets to a council show. You can also sell commercial products, but only if they offer value and only if your scouts sell these in street clothes, no uniform. But the best way to raise funds and help your local council is as easy as pie or popcorn.
Very few people don't like popcorn. And, there are people who say, well, I'm on a diet, but you can still buy them as gifts. The canisters are so attractive.
And smart units know that it's one of the greatest ways to raise funds for a full year of activities.
For us, our school, a lot of our boys are considered inner city schools and inner city boys, so they need the extra funding to help pay for their uniforms and help pay for patches and any kind of fees, and for them to go to Cub Fun Day or any kind of Cub Scout activity that we might have.
I think it's excellent for a unit to be able to anticipate their year and see what their expenses are going to be and set up their budget, and then be able to plan based on what their projections of popcorn sales would be. I think it's pretty easy to figure that out.
We all know that popcorn is really an untapped resource, and we really need to push popcorn sales next year and continuously, because I think our growth potential is there.
There are many benefits to participating in this council-sanctioned fundraising program. First off, because it's a council program, you don't have to fill out a unit money earning application. And your scouts can wear their uniforms when they sell and deliver the popcorn.
As soon as they see that boy wearing that uniform, they say, okay, this is for a good cause. I'm willing to contribute and hear what the boys have to say.
You can also coordinate your sale dates with other units in your district and put up posters letting your community know that Boy Scout popcorn is coming to town. Selling popcorn is also a great way to help your scouts learn to set and achieve goals and develop their individual interpersonal skills.
Communication skills that it helps with. When I see a shy boy that's trapped in their shell, this is actually one of the ways that we can actually do fundraising where it actually gets them out in the public.
My son is just really has a very positive attitude. He just really believes that he can accomplish anything. He's in 11th grade now, and he's even started his own company, and I really believe that a lot of those entrepreneurial abilities came from selling popcorn and being the top seller in popcorn for many years.
And remember, to help ensure the safety of our youth members, all of these activities should be supervised by adult volunteers.
We have the adults understand, too, that their responsibility is not to take over the responsibility of selling, but let the boys step to the front and introduce themselves and take over the selling event, and the parents just kind of stay back, or the adult leaders stay back and just kind of keep a watchful eye.
One of the biggest benefits of popcorn sales is that in addition to raising money for your unit programs, it provides additional funding for your council.
I think it's really been wonderful for the council to just have have the income that the popcorn selling produces. It helps to make the whole council stronger. It has a trickle-down effect throughout the units. Everybody gets excited. I think that it makes you more excited about everything that Boy Scout stands for.
Your local councils are really the lifeblood of your units and do so much to make your program successful. You know how you can only see the tip of an iceberg? In a lot of ways, that iceberg is a lot like the financial needs of the council, representing both the visible and invisible operations and costs that make scouting possible. You see expenses for registration, Boys Life, uniforms, and equipment, but below the waterline, the council is supporting you by maintaining camps, providing you with a camp program, supplies, a camp ranger, and the inevitable repairs to the campground after summer camp ends. The council supplies your outdoor programs and equipment, leader training, youth protection training and materials.